What's up, y'all? This is Henny. It's Friday, and we are halfway through the year. Run it! Listen, sometimes God turns frustrating situations into extreme blessings. And I mean, that is literally what happened a few days ago over there at Mean Street Studios. When I tell you I walked in for a producer listening session for a certain artist, and I saw nothing but great Atlanta producers all in the building, and we all had to wait our turn in line like it was tryouts, I said, oh, nah. If I don't bring all these brothers together and let's get this hangout going. We had an amazing conversation over there at Mean Streets. It's long as shit, but it's great. And I hope that every producer out there watching this gets some true nuggets about the stories, the grind, the hustle, the grit that it takes to become elite. Y'all know what I'm saying. It's another lengthy one. Again, and we got to get to it now. We up in here, man. Listen, man. Henny'z Hangout, man. Hey, on location here at Mean Street Studios. Got a lot of friends, new friends with me, man. Listen, we're just talking shit, really, because y'all just gonna catch the fact that we've been in this. Listen, if you don't spread your word with it, oh shit! Listen, hold on. Hey, I didn't even say, if you can sit over there. This is a producer council meeting.
BHESS live radio keys. I'm coming
Straight up. Hold up, man. So. Yeah, we here, man, and if we could talk some producer do's and don'ts for all those out there, we got some really talented people at this table, and I'm gonna start to the right of me. I mean, y'all might have seen him a couple weeks ago on this channel, my man NEEDLZ.
What's up, y'all?
Swag.
Yeah. Swag.
Some do's and don'ts?
Well, yeah, hold on. Introduce yourself as well.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? I'm blessed. Nice to meet you.
Man, listen, he's fresh off a hit single, Rolex.
Hey.
Thank
You know what I mean?
Hey.
Come on, man.
Hey.
We're going right here. Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
Black excellence.
Black excellence. Yes.
Yo, I just want to say that everyone at this table, I look up to them, and they got me here right now.
JIROU.
So shout out to y'all, really.
Yeah. Go ahead, say it again.
JIROU, I'm like,
I just want to say everyone at this table are my idols. You know, they're all legends in the industry, and I look up to them tremendously. So to be able to receive that love and, you know, that applause, it means the world. Just know if you're watching this and you're an upcoming producer, you can do it too.
Man, come on, somebody. Yes, good vibes already. Come on, man. Talk to him.
Okay, my name is BHESS, aka Bambino Sanchez.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Called a Grammy night in 2015. Records with Chris, records with Seven, records
Come
with
on.
KEYZ. Records with Luke James. Records with, just a couple different people. Just to name a few, man. Producer do's and don'ts.
We'll get to those. Slow down. Of course, you know you see my man KEYZ all over. He's fresh off the #1 album in the country right now with that Bryson Tiller. Talk about it. Talk to him.
Word, yeah, your boy KEYZ, baby. Man, just cooling, working, you know what I'm saying? Good to be with these guys, my big homies, you know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it's all good. And it's your turn, my brother.
Marquis Rashad, aka Manuel Sanchez.
There you go, Sanchez.
Yeah, come on.
Sanchez, brother.
Yes.
Man. Shoot, I guess Chris Brown.
Yeah, come on.
7th Street.
Yeah.
Omar. That Rotimi, nobody.
Rotimi. Okay, got the new Rotimi single out, that Nobody. Yes, featuring 50 and T.I. out right now.
Excellent, big fella.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So boom.
It is.
Talk to me.
What's going on, man? Super producer Bobby Critical.
Yeah, Bobby.
You might know me for the hit record "Do It" with Michael Montana and K.KZ. That's what jumped my career.
There you go.
Yes.
I go on to work with B.O.B. Future. Titty Boy.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, boy.
It don't stop.
The list just keep going.
Turn up, boy.
Keep working.
Well, it's great. You know what I mean? It just had to be, this is a God moment where things just came together. We have had a tremendous wait. So we thought we would. So we thought we'd just put the camera out and see what's good.
What up, boy?
But I've had this on my.
We got another one.
Oh yeah.
Come on, Julio.
Okay. More people to come in. It's not gonna stop.
Come on, Julio.
Yeah.
Stop today. I like that shirt.
Yeah, boy, you soft.
Okay.
That's just flavor. Come on, Julio.
What's up with you, bro? How you doing, dog?
That's crazy.
Yeah, boy.
Hey, with the camera rolling.
Go ahead and tell them a little bit about yourself, bro.
All right, man. My name is JIROU Street. I'm a
Get in the camera.
songwriter. I'm a songwriter with Atlantic Records.
Yes.
I go by Julio Sanchez.
Yeah, boy.
I wrote the lead single on the Birth of a Nation soundtrack.
Yeah, come on.
Trey songs, you know what I mean? Stan, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
50% wrote that thing.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? I'm getting
Now we over here talking producers, songwriter, do's and don'ts. You know what I mean? And grab that chair. It's all good. Yeah, I think it's wide enough.
Pass that man the cup.
Come on, man. You don't pass that man that ball. Pass that ball.
Here you go. That's the mix.
Y'all
There's
trying
the
to replace
mix.
me? I see y'all trying to replace me. I don't like it. All right?
Nah.
There you go, big fella.
Oh man.
Pour up.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
There
Pour
we
me some
go.
more in there.
Red cup.
Oh,
Michigan.
I need a little bit more. Don't pour me too much.
Let me
What
say
is
this.
that?
Parmesan, we need a
sponsorship.
Hey, listen. Hey, listen. Hey, Paul Ormason. If y'all listen, if y'all listening, hey, we are bringing the brandy back. Literally in these red cups today.
Moesha.
I'm talking about. I'm pulling it out my head.
Burn it back like
Like
Mo.
Moesha.
Oh, like Moesha.
Bring your
Back
star.
like the Black Cinderella, okay?
Okay.
I'm talking
Wow.
about Houston. He said, "What you want?"
Wow.
Yo, get out of here.
Mm.
We don't want to stop.
You are still on. Okay.
We are still okay.
He said,
Back to you, Greg. Everything I say
So,
was
yo.
in pocket. It was in lines.
Literally, you know, we do this show for the younger producers, those who are just getting out there, getting started, and to have somebody like yourself blessed
Thank you.
at the table is amazing. He's 22 years old, you know what I mean, with a top 20 record, you know, Rolex, you know what I mean. Tell him about the story. Tell him about the story. Can you tell him a little bit about your journey? Just give him a little taste of it.
So, all right, it all started on Christmas Eve. I was just chilling in my room. I was on Instagram, and Jazzy Faye's been one of my big homies. Like, I've seen him around the city. Like, we've known each other for years. And he just popped up on my Instagram newsfeed. So I'm like, oh, yo, it's Jazzy. So I click his page. I'm scrolling down, and he posts something about Polo the Don. Like, yo, Polo's one of my favorite producers ever. I didn't even know he had an IG. So I'm like going through Polo's Instagram. Then Polo posted a picture of these two guys called Ayo and Teo. At that time, I never heard of them. I'm like, yo, they got masks. They look cool. They got like 1 million followers. That's what's up. So like I went on, you know, went about the rest of my day, hit a Christmas party, and I'm leaving the Christmas party around like maybe 11:30, and I randomly get a call from this guy named Will, who was Jazzy Faye's manager. I met him a couple years ago, but I hadn't talked to him like since. So basically, he randomly hit me up, and he's like, yo, I'm working with Polo the Don, and me, Jazzy, and Polo just signed this group called Ayo and Teo. We want you to send some beats in for him. So immediately, like, as soon as I heard all those names mentioned, and I knew that I was just on their Instagrams, I figured it was some law of attraction shit.
Yeah. Come
It
on,
was the
speak.
universe. So, like, I just sent, like, 4 or 5 emails with some dope beats. So I'm on the highway. I'm headed to another Christmas party, and I literally hear a voice in my head says, pull over to a gas station and send this beat called Coast to Coast. Because I had done the beat like 2 months prior. So I pulled over and I sent the beat and pull up to the next Christmas party, and around 12:20, 12:30, I get a call Christmas morning. And Will's like, yo, bro, the boys are going crazy. They got this crazy idea. I just want to rolly. The rest is history.
Hey. Merry Christmas to you, all right? I brought you a top 20. God!
Hey, it's all God. 100%.
Top 20.
100%.
Yo, so if you understand that, like, Law of attraction is very real. I think there's a real reason why we're at this table right now.
Definitely.
I mean, God is delaying everything Cardi B right now just because we can have this whole conversation. And I appreciate everybody here at this table. Now, if we can talk just quickly about, some of the things that you've learned about what to do and what not to do, whether it's sending beats, whether it's, how to develop a relationship, what not to do or what to do. Let's talk about it. Anybody?
Go ahead, bro. Age before, what is it? I would say just be prepared. Like, I go into these meetings more so trying to milk them for information than anything else. You know what I'm saying? I go into the meetings to try to get as much information out of the artists, like where they from.
Right.
Kind of like little side things you can pick up. Try to pick up some of the inspirations, things of that nature. I mean, you might not have what they're looking for like today.
Right.
Yeah.
But, if you ask the right questions and they're open and, just everybody around them, you can come back the next day or whatever with
Straight
some
up.
shit.
Ask the right questions. Do your research.
That's some great advice, man.
Real solid. I would say from my experience, because I'm sure everyone has something that they can just talk about as far as the technicalities of music.
Right.
But in my experience in being a creative, when I was in Jersey, I was doing music. I was an artist.
Yeah.
I was rapping, I was singing, I was trying to battle everybody. I was trying to, like have the hottest song. I was trying to put my song up against everybody and get everybody to buy into my campaign. But it wouldn't get me nothing but a lot of naysayers and a lot of jealous energy from those who didn't really have a sound.
Right.
But they had avenues, you know what I'm saying? So basically, when I came to Atlanta, I vowed that I'm not going to put my agenda in the forefront. I'm going to find out what people are working on, and I'm going to try to feed their movement. And I pretty much just helped people around the city for the first 2-3 years of my career out here.
Yeah.
And I ended up, mixing Future's vocals. I ended up to a record that must have been special to him because he re-released.
Smack that in front of the
nickel
camera.
bag gets sold in the park.
Wait, you don't tell me how to something right now.
I had to do it. I want in. I know y'all didn't take me something.
That's crazy. That was classic. That's boss talk, man.
Boss talk.
But now I would just say, man, try to help people. You know what I'm saying? You'll get a lot further if you find out where's the gap in the system. You know what I'm saying? It might be a leak in the ship. If you can help to fill that gap and that void, you will be remembered because you came through in a clutch. And a lot of times, the people that were there, that gap was there the whole time they were there.
Yeah.
So you'll start to climb above people because they've been there the whole time. And it's like, I didn't tell you to do it, but I didn't have to tell him to do it. So therefore, when it's time to think of that person that's going to come through in a clutch, I'm on their mind. You know what I'm saying? And then I'm most likely have their favorite record in their catalog. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes around, if they get a deal, my record's probably going to be in the mix. You know what I mean? So that's what I would say, man.
Yeah.
Give people your best shit.
Yeah.
There you go.
Give them your best shit.
Yeah.
And then you
All
can
the
see
time.
how far they're going to go. You can be at so many places at one time.
Yeah.
When it's
I mean, there's been many times where, you work with an artist who's unknown versus an artist that's well known, and you're trying to figure out what do you give them, what do you send them, and I always wanted to make a great impression. I don't care because it might be somebody young like yourself trying to figure it out, or it might be somebody super established, and if I didn't give them my best at that present time, they could be like, he's, he's whatever. You always want to make sure that you're doing your best work for that moment, and then it puts more fire up underneath you if you let go of that one that you've been holding on, thinking I'm gonna wait till I can get my nigga on this, and then I can probably say, so to be some of y'all over here with a lot of placements. And you thought about that beat going to a certain artist or that record going to a certain artist, and it never did. Never.
Or hasn't yet.
Oh, there you go. Now, when the light starts shining and you can call the options, you know what I mean? It's a different story, right? So, who else?
One thing I know, what I've learned over my time in this is, I call it my 3 Ps: patience, persistence, and perseverance.
Let's go.
You got to have a lot of that.
Yeah.
Because I was just having a conversation with a friend, yesterday. And he's at the point where I believe we all can say we've been there where we feel like giving up. Where it's like, bro, why am I still even doing this?
Yeah.
I done heard no from this guy. This door just closed in my face. Like, what am I supposed to do? It's like, bro, at the end of the day, rock bottom is the best place to be because there's nowhere to go up or up.
You ain't nowhere to go but up.
Hey,
Come on.
hey.
So, man. Don't ever leave me hanging.
In your life.
Just stay consistent, bro. And, and Bless just said it earlier, man. It's like, yo, don't give up. Like, you never know how it might happen, how it might come. And don't fall in love with your records. Don't fall in love with them. As crazy as that sounds, write them, get them out of your head, and move past it. Don't hold on to it because you'll become more and more jaded. Like, man, I know this record's better than this. And that's the wrong energy to put on your creative process, on your catalog, period.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Don't fall in love with them.
I like that.
Create them and keep it moving because once one goes, man, once one goes, everybody gonna be coming to you looking for something. And you already built a catalog of stuff that you thought could work, and then they find out it actually can. So, yeah, man, just keep going.
Man, straight up.
I'm a sponge today.
He's sponging. Man, you got placements, you got hits. Come on, talk to the people, brother.
What I can say is don't sign nothing you don't know nothing about.
Hey.
You know what I'm saying? You get yourself stuck in a situation you'll never get out of. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I see that a lot of times. And,
Yeah.
You don't want to be that person.
You don't.
You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? Make sure all your paperwork is in order. Get you a lawyer. Get you good management. You know what I'm saying? The only way is up from there. That's all I can.
And I can piggyback on that. It's we spend so much time learning any software, right? We all got Pro Tools or Logic or FL or whatever the fuck that we using, right? We spent a gang of time learning that shit. But we didn't know shit about how we getting paid.
Crazy.
Shit about when we get paid. Or shit about how long you're supposed to hold on to what you get paid for.
That's real.
You got to learn that just as much as you learn these softwares, these programs, these beats. You know what I'm saying? Like, you really got to pay attention. And Google is your best friend. Like, how does a producer get paid? Just Google that. Or, you know, what are royalties versus what are publishing versus, you know, how much should a manager get paid versus how do I deal with a lawyer if I don't have any money? Or I think initially we had lawyers that would do it for a fee, a percentage based off of what we were doing versus having to pay them hourly, their percentages or whatever. Management that you might only could do for a year. You know what I mean? That you didn't have to be like, oh, this is my outstanding manager. No, see what that nigga can do in 6 months.
Right.
Nigga, and you know what I'm saying? If you can't, we out here living, is what I'm telling you. But real talk, I mean, you know, like you got to learn those things because
I hate the fact like when you know managers come at you and they like, oh, I can do this, but you got to sign this. Like, I don't know you from a can of
Exactly.
You want me to trust you? You want me to put basically my life in your hands? Like, and I
can't put that much faith in a man because
straight up, bro. Come on, KEYZ, what's up, brother?
Man, okay. I say this, man. Every time I get an opportunity, networking is key. I came from Buffalo, New York. Shout out to Buffalo, New York.
Yes, sir. Buffalo.
Came to New York.
never been there. Never been there.
That's it.
Came to Atlanta not knowing it. So what happened?
Keep going.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I came to Atlanta not knowing anybody at all. You know what I'm saying? And I look back on that now.
How long ago was that?
I came out here about 2010.
Word. It's been on 7 years. Let's go.
7 years. So,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? I look at where I'm at now, how many people I know, relationships I have, and the offices and everything like that is crazy. So networking is key. And then something I'm kind of learning at this point in my career is like files and not sending that off until we got producer decks.
money.
Come on.
It's real important.
Yeah, that's real.
I'll make a pause right here. If you don't understand what a producer declaration is, if you have a beat and somebody records to it and they initially want to use that for an artist or a project or whatever, a major label or a major company or even an independent company is going to come to you and say, hey, we want to use this, and they want to hold it. When they hold it, they want to give you what they call a producer declaration. And what the producer declaration will state is usually about 1 to 2 pages, and it says, we want to own the rights to this beat. for our artist or whatever, and then they will negotiate a front end advance. That's usually what is done for 90% of most records, right? And then after that, they have what they call a long form agreement, where they go into all the specifics on how you get paid, when you'll get paid, you know what I mean? International versus national, everything from your splits to, all of those things will be covered in the long form agreement. And then after the long form agreement is signed, the album comes out, and sometimes they want to hit you with the budget hasn't been recouped or some crazy shit. Then they want to try to hit you with we'll try to see about getting what's called the back end payment, which is the second half of that payment.
Right.
If you can, in 2017, if you're trying to get whatever amount that you're trying to get for your advance, if they really want that shit, try to get all that shit up front. Off the producer declaration, because these back ends do not be coming around as fast as you would think.
Absolutely. Yo, I'll say this. I stopped signing decks. I ain't signed a deck in years. Like, yo, take.
Hold on, let me.
Yeah.
No,
everybody, come on.
Like, because when you sign those decks, you're agreeing to some of their terms already from the
jump. You're giving your rights away.
Yeah, and they're in their favor. So, I mean, depending on where you are in your career, if you can wait on the paper and get that one check out at the end, just don't sign the deck. I will say this. There's never been, I've been doing this, 15, 16, shit longer than that, 17 years or whatever, but I've never been jerked to I've never sent a track in and then the shit ended up being on something that didn't help me out in the long run. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's rare that you're going to send some shit into a label and not see your paper for it. Yeah. So it's a little bit of a trust that, okay, I know y'all, because that's how they do it. They go and they do the whole album. They wait till it's 2 weeks left before the deadline, and they rush everybody. Right. You got to sign this, and they put the pressure on you, like, you know what I'm saying? But and that's how they try to get you to sign them decks too.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Because they're like, oh, well, you can't get paid because you don't want to give up your session. You don't want to give up your session because you want to make sure you get paid. But just go ahead and give up the session. And then make sure the lawyers are talking though. Make sure the lawyers are getting this shit together, because once you sign that deck, you've lost at least 20 to 30% of your
leverage.
Yo, and trust me, you'll have more leverage when the shit comes out.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
And they didn't pay.
Or not even, if you're not getting paid and the shit is out, you got a ton of leverage. You can sue their ass. They don't got no paperwork on the shit.
Yeah.
You got all the leverage.
So
you know what I'm saying?
You saying you forfeit the advance?
Yeah. I don't forfeit it. I just wait to get it all at once. Like if I'm charging nigga like 25, 30, I say, look, and normally they'll try to give you 15 up front or whatever, sign the deck. Right. I'll be like, nah, I ain't signing the deck. I let you and my lawyer negotiate however long it takes, and then give me the whole 30.
And so then, concerning credits and splits, what do you use for that?
Splits are agreed upon. It's ain't nothing but a split sheet.
Yeah. Okay.
It's ain't nothing but it's nothing but a split sheet. The shit just got to be agreed upon and signed with everybody. I will say that. I mean, that's a great point. That's a great point. Yeah, because if the split sheet is signed and everybody can agree upon that shit, put that shit in emails and all that shit so it can be traced. Right. It don't necessarily have to be in a full damn document. Gotcha. You know what I mean? Right. You still that by itself can hold up. So, that's what I would say, man. Especially in your position where you killing it.
Yeah.
Don't sign no deck.
Anybody, even in your position as a new producer, they're gonna take advantage of you because they know that you're new and you're just looking for the opportunity.
Yeah.
But you still have power when they want it.
Yeah.
Right. I remember being 24 and Lloyd Banks' first album, right? And I remember, they were like, well, the album's coming out in 2 weeks. We need the files. We need the files. Yeah. I was like, I'm gonna need like 17.5.
Yeah.
This is 2003 or 2004. This nigga Shaw Money was like, bro, you're out your damn mind. But the fact that I said 17.5 as what's going on?
What's up?
What up, young flavor?
What's up, homie?
Yes, sir. But you know, the fact that I said 17.5, I still got 10 off a first placement being a young boy. You know what I mean? Because I try to speak highly of my shit.
Yeah.
So, you know, just know that, man, people gonna pay you what you gonna ask for. You know what I mean? If they really want it. Because they're gonna be like, in 2017, they're gonna be like, hey man, I got like 1,200 for you. What's up, bro?
Yo,
and they be like,
I say
you know
this.
what I mean?
I say this. My manager manages like some heavy cats.
Yeah.
Niggas is still getting them 60K checks.
Yeah.
Niggas is still getting them
paper.
Yeah, I ain't getting 60, but you know what I mean?
My manager, I told Bobby, I was like, bro, it's not about the business. It's how you let people do business with you.
With you. Yeah.
So everybody doesn't have the same story when it comes to how business is conducted, because some people will go for some shit that other people not going for. Right. So I believe in standing firm on my shit.
Yeah.
I can compromise, but it's like at the end of the day, you're not about to jerk me around at all.
Right.
Period.
Right.
I'd rather
right.
just not do that, and it's going somewhere. Super
Pause.
pause.
We're gonna take a pause moment.
Commercial right now.
That'll be a
You gotta stop that.
Stop it.
Yeah, that was a different word for that. Super pause.
You gotta talk about chicken?
Man,
You might ruin everything. It's how you let people do business with you. That was the whole point of this.
Yeah.
How you let people do business with you. What will you stand for and what will you give them? Super dope.
No, I mean, you know, and realize that, you know, the industry is where it's at when the music became a lot more stream based and people were putting things on SoundClouds and mixtaping things. The producer advances dropped dramatically because you're having guys who are making hit records off of a mixtape budget. And mixtape budgets, anybody that knows mixtape, is for the free 99. Like, you're not getting shit. And like back in the day, like that was like a lawsuit. Like, yo, you gonna use my shit and whatever.
Yeah, now it's like,
now it's like it's just a rite of passage, and so somebody like, you know, getting started and they don't know what the charge, or they don't know how to go about it. Like,
just eager to just
like NEEDLZ said, bro, like the best thing you could do is let it come out and blow up.
Yeah.
Even
for mixtapes though, get your splits.
Yeah, get your splits.
Get your
or
splits.
here, even if you're not in contact, like you did a song with three guys and they made it a big record, and then you can't get in contact with them, you go directly to your ASCAP, your CSAC, your BMI, whoever your affiliate is, and have them either put a claim on it if it's already been registered. If it's already been registered in the system, that means the splits, meaning who got what percentage on what part of the song, has already been put in the system. If it hasn't, try to get there as fast as you can and get that set up, because once the initial split sheet is put up there, everything else is a claim against that initial one. So you got to know that if you can work fastly, you can get yours. Like, yo, nah, I'm a part of that. Because we've seen people who've been some snakes who do that shit, just be like, hey man, I was part of that record shit. And they just know the game. They know the game, so they're going to put their name in, and then they're going to get their money out. So as you can see, we right back. Listen, we had to take a break, but we right back. We got new faces at the table. We still talking producer do's, producer don'ts. And I'd like to introduce those who don't know, man. We was in the same class together, you know, around the same time, trying to get our shit started. My man, Fat Boy, welcome to the table. You know what I'm saying?
Pleasure.
Thank you for coming in. This is Henny'z Hangout. I do this every Friday, man, out here trying to give the game to the young producers, trying to let them know a little bit, you know, trying to give them some game so that they can probably one up the, you know, what we've done, you know, a little bit faster. So, my man, I didn't meet you, my bro.
Plus.
Word, man. Good to meet you, bro. Respect.
Wait, hold up. I'm just gonna hijack this real quick.
Oh, shit.
Let me give y'all an introduction to this guy right here.
Let's do
the
it.
Genius, the man, the myth, the legend, known as A+.
Yes, sir.
Producer of Formation, Humble. You know, recently the #1 record in the country. No big deal. Put it up.
Amen.
I am sorry, my brother. God damn, one time. Be humble, boy. Humility is in the building right now. God damn it.
Hey, that's what you call humble.
Yes.
Hey, I tell y'all, it's in there.
Man, can you tell us a little bit how you got started, my brother?
Man, basically, I've been making beats since I was like 14, 13, 14. I used to want to rap.
Okay.
Nigga ain't had no beats to rap on.
Okay.
So, you know, I had to take it to the next level. And get some beats for myself, bro.
Yes, sir.
And then in the midst of that, I ain't too much like rapping no more because beats was way harder.
Yeah.
So, I've been doing that since then, and I've been going in, industry for like the last 4 or 5 years now.
Awesome.
So I'm, blessed up, man. I don't know how to thank God, you know what I'm saying?
Keep on thinking.
I'm thanking.
Keep on
you know
thinking.
what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
One day at a time, my brother.
Man, one day at a time, bro.
One day at a time.
Yes, sir.
I'm just trying to snowball affect the situation and keep it going. You know what I'm saying?
So how, tell me about maybe one of your first major placements and how that came.
Okay, my first major placement came. It was real crazy, bro. The whole unveiling of the whole situation. I was riding with Mike Will. He's my brother. We went to school together and everything. So I was just fresh off a relationship that was slowing me down.
Damn.
That caught up in the love thing.
Yep.
Whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Come on, keep it funky.
Keeping it all the way 1,000.
Yes, sir.
And, we was leaving Tree Sound Studios. And, he was like, wait, I was about to get out the car. He was dropping me off at my mom's crib because I ain't had no car or whatever.
Yeah.
And he was like, wait, before you get out, I got something for you. And then he just had pressed play in his car or whatever. And then I just hear Future and Lil Wayne on one of my beats. It happened to be the Bitches Love Me record for Lil Wayne featuring Drake.
Okay.
And you know what I'm saying? My heart stopped for a little second. You know what I'm saying? To a producer, to a new producer with no places.
Yes.
To hear them two voices was just like, yo, what the hell? So you know what I'm saying? So I was like, okay, so this is real. This is like after like a year of Mike trying to get me back on my shit. You know what I'm saying? Because I was just caught up in the wrong place. You know what I'm saying? So he was like, bro, this shit blowing up. By then, Tupac had came out with Mike. By then, it was like No Lie with Drake and 2 Chainz had dropped already and shit. And so it's kind of like when he played me that, I was just like, man, this is not a game now. You know what I'm saying? Like,
all the way professional.
You know what I'm saying? I had to really lock in. I really had to put my aim on the ball. You know what I'm saying? Because I can't. It's pretty much like all I know. You know what I'm saying? It's all I focused on. You know what I'm saying? This is where I put all my focus to.
And you see what happened.
So, exactly.
You see what happened.
Hey, I want to highlight one thing though. Like, it's just the importance of having people that you really, really rock with.
Yeah.
To be able to, if you listening to the story, you just heard the man say, my boy was one to put me back in my shit.
Exactly.
And help get me to the next point.
Exactly.
So like keep real with some people are just around and they don't realize your talent, or they down there just to use your talent.
Exactly.
You have some people who are your equal footing, your friends, and it's deeper than music a lot of times. And that's what we should do a lot of the time. Like, y'all see us laughing around, we play around a lot of times. But it's because we all fuck with each other. Like, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
And then once you meet another person, you're like, he cool too? He cool like you? Yeah. It becomes like fraternity, like a smaller circle, but it's like for younger producers coming up, I think they fail to realize that like sometimes it's competition, but it's friendly competition.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like when you start doing cutthroat shit and start trying to swipe people, like that stuff starts to bite you because when you get into a circle like this, you're like, nah, man, I rock with my homie, he was pretty cool. Like,
Okay, he's back.
I'm about to leave too, man.
I don't want to break up your story, but I just want I like the younger
and for those who don't know, this is my right hand. He's been my best friend since freshman year. That way. Yeah. So, man, great story. Thank you. So I just really go ahead.
So I was gonna just piggyback off of what he said.
Yeah.
Not only is it about friendship, but to all the new up and coming producers and artists and whoever out there, mentorship is a key. I'm blessed to say that A+ has been one of my biggest mentors throughout the years. Took me from someone who didn't really like know how to compose a record and make things sound the way they should. Like the biggest thing Plus taught me was to think outside of the box, create a wave for yourself, and just sound like no one else sounds. And so, I mean, gotta give him props for that, and it's a blessing to have such a great mentor.
I'm pretty sure all of us is on that wave. You know what I'm saying? As far as being innovative and trying to create that bend. You know what I'm saying? That you don't want to be in the car behind another nigga in the lane. You know what I'm saying? Like
The problem, I'll tell you this, the problem about it is you can have somebody, right? You can have people say, it's good to have that mentor, right? Yeah. But you also have to have that person to check you, because a lot of times people are going to hear this and they're going to say, man, I'm trying to think outside the box. But you may think that until somebody that you respect hears and says, like, man, you know that sounds just like so-and-so. Like you gotta be willing to just crush a dream real quick. Like, but realize it's just the iron sharpening iron, or steel sharpening steel. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like realizing, like, nah, you gotta have that gut punch from somebody that you respect, so you know, like, straighten up, tighten up.
That's why I always respect anybody who has any kind of like criticism, whether it's good or bad, because it's like just how I was saying, like with Mike, it was once a time. You know, it was more than once where bro had to get me to like.
I mean, can you get there about it? If y'all don't know this about man Fuse, yo, listen. We here talking producer do's and don'ts and literally having a round table with Paul Masson. Shout out to KEYZ. We're probably gonna have to get another fucking bottle. Right now, big bro. Man, what?
Yo, you guys pull up to the new studio.
Man, tell me about it.
Hit me.
All right, for sure.
Yo, y'all be safe.
All right.
This one thing I want to.
Let's go.
And I noticed, like you said earlier, we was in the same class.
Yeah.
Upcoming producers trying to find our way in it, and the class behind us, I think, was like Sunny Digital and Lex Luger and all them guys. So what I did notice from some of the guys in our class is because let me clarify the thing, with the little homie Mike Will. Mike Will is actually in our class.
Right.
A lot of people don't know that because they think he's in that class behind. He's in our class.
Yeah,
he was just the youngest nigga out of all of us.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So Mike is in our class with us, but like I noticed a lot of the guys in our class like started, some of them kind of was feeling a little way.
Yeah.
With some of the new guys coming in.
Right.
I guess
naturally
maybe feeling that they were knocking them out of work and all that. My thing was, since all of them was little homies anyway, I was encouraging it. I would always give advice to them and, things that I went through or, something that was bad for me that I had experienced. I would shed that light. You're like, don't go that route.
Right.
I did that.
Right.
It's not good. You know what I'm saying? Stay this course or any way I could help them. Like I would even give sounds or, pointers in how to get their sound. I look at, and even with the older rappers to the newer rappers, there's always this little, like
they always pick up something from the last.
The good ones do.
Yeah.
Right.
The one what you're supposed to do.
Yeah. Right.
Like us, we supposed to pass it on to them.
Yeah.
That's what we supposed to do.
Yeah. Get
pass
them
it
legs.
on to them, and as well as let them, because at some point we motivated them.
Yeah.
So when they get into the game, it's supposed to flip. We're supposed to like reach down, pull them up, and then once they're up, we can take something from them too.
Yeah, or collaborate, or we ain't
supposed to Heisman them. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So with the artists, same thing with the artists. The older artists, younger artists, the ones that keep going and their career keeps going on until the
someone
next.
Like Snoop, he's been doing it
exactly
decade after decade after decade.
Yeah.
You evolve.
Those that evolve with the time stick around, man.
Come on.
Evolve too stuck in their ways, like they get left there.
Right.
Because the rest of the world's not waiting because of what you yourself like. It's like, bro, music is ever changing.
Yeah.
Like, it's ever changing. The industry is ever evolving. So you either get with it or you get lost. So it's like, if you want, are you in it to make money or like, are you in it to create, or what are you in it for? Just because it can't just be about you, and that's how people win. You look at it, bro. Timberland, Rodney Jerk, all them, they evolve every time. They've been winning since the 90s. They still kill the world. Evolution, bro.
Evolution. You got to evolve.
And you really got to realize that. I mean, when it comes down to, being in this industry, a lot of us don't think of it as a career. Like, we think of getting that placement, and we think about getting that first hit or that first publishing deal or whatever. And nigga, that's just like any artist, any fucking NBA star going off their first contract, thinking that's the career. Right. No, nigga, that's your first contract.
You gotta play for your next one.
You know what I'm saying? Which is usually for your work. Exactly.
Yes.
So if you don't think like that, like, yo, you could be doing this shit so you're 50, 60 years old if you build the right relationships.
Right. Very important.
If you build the right relationships, you know what I mean? Even those.
Everybody about to get that.
Amber.
Your girl hits you like, who the fuck is Amber? Why she She's like, baby, are you serious? No, nigga, because I know you.
So you got to think of you have to think of it as a career. You know what I mean? Like, and literally the best way you can do that is by building relationships, like Fat Boy said, from the old. The relationships like these, I might not have seen him in a few years. You know what I mean? Or the ones new. I'm just meeting you today. You know what I mean? But meeting you today, like, you build these relationships. You come in with humility. You come in with, as you get older, the more you want to give, because you want to help those not fuck up as much as you did.
Right,
you know what I mean? Just straight up, like, my nigga, like, I don't want to see you go through that shit that I went through, whatever. We talked about earlier about taxes and other shit. Like, there's a lot of shit that people don't think about when they think about this career. You know what I mean? And as, as a producer culture, I think we're always trying to fucking overdo another nigga instead of collaborating with him.
Right.
You know what I mean? And so, yeah. Come on, man. I know you got something else.
You're talking about the dudes. BHESS is another, me and BHESS, we've been working a lot since like 08.
Yeah.
It's a long time ago, man. So, and it's like right now, like you just said, we probably haven't collaborated in a few years, but it's like as soon as I see him, it's like, what's good, bro?
What's yeah.
You keep those relationships good and keep your face clean.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When you see them sometime down the line, it might be 5-10 years.
Good energy.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, we gotta work.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
right.
Like, we just exchange numbers because in this business we in, these numbers change.
Man,
what? You know what I'm saying? So we flip them up in a heartbeat. So we call back up and we get it in. You know what I'm saying? We're trying to get it back in.
You ain't get that, nigga.
I ain't get it.
You ain't get it.
All right,
you ain't get it.
What about just realize niggas see me on camera like this?
Yeah.
They like, the fuck's wrong with that nigga?
It's important to keep good relationships, man, and just in general being a good person, because people like you. If people like you, they're gonna want to work with you. They're gonna want to see you. They're gonna like you. Just be a good person. Be good to people. You know what I mean? And I've always kind of tried to maintain a good relationship with people. I don't have no problems. You know what I mean? I've always been genuine. Always been genuine, you know what I mean? So I've always tried to keep it like that. That's why Fat Boy's always gonna be one of my people. Right.
But you'll meet those in the industry that you got to dap up 7 times, and then what up, and they what's up, nigga?
Oh, you always kind of get somebody. There's always somebody gonna.
But they're always gonna hit you first with it. They're gonna be like, what up.
Hey,
let me
but you know what's crazy though?
I met you at least 5 times.
But what's crazy though is when those same people that you had to introduce yourself to 6 times, when you finally get some shit moving and they come up to you like, yo, what up?
Yeah.
You twist. Me, bro.
It's always a twist.
Hey, I saw you at all sorts of like, nah, bro, fuck away from me, all right? Price went up, all right?
Price went up.
But that's what I say. It's all based on relationships, and people don't realize like that's really it's a life tip, because you never know. Like you said, like you might just decide I'm off this right now. You might be doing something else that's more lucrative that you can bring somebody into. Like, or you might, you just never know. Like that's like the same reason why people go into they stop producing, now they execs. Now you got an ally. If it was a real relationship,
that's right.
If it was real, and it's not something you were planning on. It's just somebody you was always cool with.
Right.
Like you dap them up. Y'all had a good conversation. You might know about the dude's family, whatever. You check.
Right.
Like y'all might have had drinks, dinner together, whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
And that's why I say like
it's
it's easier like to have business relationship with somebody if I know I can have a drink with them, or I can eat a meal with them.
Right.
Yeah.
Like if I couldn't see myself like doing that, like we can't sit down and break bread or like have a drink and talk.
You gotta fuck with them.
That's the reason why like these work. Is because everybody we have a conversation with is people we've had conversations with, or people that are vetted like, this ain't cool. Cool.
I'll tell you one tip for somebody who might be shy or somebody who doesn't really know like how to get a relationship started. You might see a nigga who you don't know, but who you know but you don't like have a relationship with, or you might go to a studio and a session is the first time, right? Add value somehow to their situation. A lot of the times, it's either a drink, you in the club, or motherfucking like, oh my nigga, what's up? It's a pleasure to meet. Can I buy you a drink? It might sound weird as fuck, right? But at the same time, it's like you're trying to add value to his night or add value to his session, or hey man, I got some girls coming through. If you have it, I don't know if y'all, whatever. You know what I mean? Add value to their situation. And they won't forget you.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? I used to come through with a bottle of Jack and some lime, something, and some ginger ale, and I'd fucking just everywhere I went, just to make sure that it was like, not only was I trying to build a relationship, I might have put them on some shit that you ain't never had the Jack with the sweet and lime juice with the ginger ale and the you know what I mean? It works with the women just as well.
Yeah, man, that cool.
Yeah, and then you break that ice. You break that ice. You get their information, and you might not hit them back, whatever. But shit, if you bump into them again, then you build that relationship again, and then you be like, you build that up. Blocks. Don't just hit them off the top. Like my nigga, I'm trying to work. My nigga, what's up? Niggas like, whoa,
Can I
don't know you.
Can I touch on the do's and don'ts?
Yes.
I wanted to say something I felt like was important.
Let's go.
And that was like, don't A&R yourself. You know what I mean? When you're making records, and you go and you have a feeling about that record.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I believe that you should stick with that feeling. You know what I mean? That and you should believe in that record no matter what nobody else says, because I've been in a position where I believed in a record, I did a record, nobody believed in it, and it got placed a year later.
Mm-hmm.
And you never know when it's going to happen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I believe that actually going through and just finishing your record, no matter what point they come in there, because I don't necessarily let people hear my records like when I'm halfway through.
Yes.
They might try to come in there and tell you, I want to get
fuck the vibe off.
Fuck the vibe off. I want to get that idea out. And I'm not going to A&R myself, even if I might not even like the record personally. I'm going to finish it because I don't even know who is going to like this record. And because I've personally never had a number one, I don't know what that's going to be or where it's going to come from.
Yeah.
So I just believe in actually finishing that record. And also, if you're going to sign to someone, anybody, make sure that person believes in you 100%. Believes in who you are. They're a fan of your music, because that means once they're a fan of your music, they're going to try to get you off in whatever avenue that you are. You know, whatever you are, they're going to try to get those records off.
Let me pause right there. Not only a fan of your music, they need to be a fan of you.
Absolutely.
They gotta want.
If you want a manager, if you want somebody to take care of your life,
absolutely,
let them know. Like they need to know about your life. Like if you got kids or you got a family or you know what I mean, you got a girl or like nigga, I'm trying to do this to do that.
If you're gonna give 20% of your life away to somebody, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, because you think about it, you know, management, that's a marriage.
Yes.
You know, if it's somebody that truly believes in you like that, and you chose to have that person as a part of your life, they are now in 20% of your life.
And a lot of these managers are polygamous.
20% of your life.
You gonna argue.
And you gonna argue. Real talk. Hey,
multiple motherfuckers.
My manager, shout out to Big Ron. It's been times when all the women that's in my life, he's the one constant I talk to every day.
Yeah.
Every single day.
Yeah.
Like, what's on the agenda? Wake up. What's going on?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that person has to be, I don't know, I might say that person might be more important than the person you chose for a wife at a moment.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because this is your career.
At critical moments, you're probably
This is your
absolutely right.
You're right. You're right.
Critical moments is your part.
Absolutely.
Because the main thing about being in the music industry, specifically producers, songwriters, we naturally have to play a background, right? But our emotions are always at the forefront. Every beat that we did was emotion that we put into it. And a lot of people don't get to see that feeling of when we created that moment and that shit just and turned into a jam and you knew it was a jam.
Right.
And they don't get to see that moment.
They don't get to see it, bro.
And you are so fucking happy.
Can I express?
Come on.
Well, there's gonna be.
Make sure it's still recording. Yeah.
There's
All right,
gonna
let's
be a
go.
video moment. I probably want you to shoot the video moment.
All right.
But we're not, because but me and KEYZ have a record on Chris Brown's album called Covered in You.
Yeah.
And when he first played me the track, we were at his crib just kicking. I think we was watching the game or something, and then the game went off and we were just cooling.
Right.
And he was just playing me tracks. I think because it was like around the top of the year. Mm-hmm. I had just got back in town. He was like, bro, pull up. So we're over there. And man, he's playing the track, and I'm like, bro, I have the recording of it, bro. I was actually recording when I came up with it. And after all this transpired, bro, and I listened to it, like the shit gave me chills, like it shook me to my core.
It's crazy.
And I was like, bro, in that moment, I said it. I was like, bro, imagine Miguel this. I was like, or Chris. I was like, yo, what if Chris did? And I heard that shit from fucking 5 months ago.
He said this shit feel like a cloud.
I said this shit feels like a cloud.
First thing that came out of his mouth was the concept and the whole song.
I was like, yo, what if we did Covered in You?
That was crazy.
And we was like, we looked at each other like, yo, Charlie, yo, that could be something. I like, yo, sing me that track. And I'm driving home and I'm figuring out the melodies, listening to the shit, and recording the melody for what I think the verses sound like. And then the fucking song comes together and they're like, yo, Chris wants this. So I'm like, man, bro, that shit. So those moments that people don't get to see, I'm glad I actually captured one. Where it's like, bro, in this moment is when we came up with this shit. You know what I mean? And that, man, those moments are so beautiful, bro. Like, but it sucks that not many people be around for them.
They don't.
But it's like,
yeah,
man.
But that's the reason why to kind of bring it back to what BHESS was just talking about, and how when he kind of switched the transition of the conversation, is really right on par. And that's we were talking about before, relationships with other people. That's your relationship with yourself. Your relationship with how you view what you do as your art, how you view the people that you bring into your circle to shop your art, to share your art with the world. Same thing, like writer, producer relationships, they're homies, but it's a vibe. It's like being comfortable with who you are, knowing what you do, and being allowed to do that, or at least play with it. Like we'll go as far, like I know you do it a lot of times, where you just tell them, just go as far as you need to. We can dial it back. Yeah. We can edit that back. Right. But just catch the moment, because we never know. It might be on the other side of that crazy thing that's not gonna work.
That's real.
Just keep going. If no one brings you in, just anger me. Just anger me. Y'all got me. You know what I mean? You the one's gonna bring me back. And let's have those relationships with those people. But it's also knowing yourself and then allowing yourself to work with people who allow you to be you.
As my OG told me before, my OG DJ Toon.
Yes.
Hey, Toon told me.
Come on.
He told me never have somebody having you look at yourself in the mirror. Never have somebody having you look at yourself in the mirror.
Yeah. Right.
You know what I'm saying? So in other words, you're looking at yourself like, damn, can I really do this? Or what's wrong with that? Nah. Believe in yourself. Yeah. Like you said, I don't give until the fucking wheels fall off. Yeah. Believe in yourself. If you got to sit on that record a year, like BHESS said, if you really truly believe in that record, it's gonna find a home eventually.
Now if it's not tight,
if it ain't cold,
let it go. You keep it moving.
Oh, yeah.
But if it's tight though, if it's dope,
if it's dope, and you know when it is.
I'm just saying because we talking to people that are talented right now, right?
Yeah.
But you gotta realize some people like they're just trying to get there. They might be new producers that listen to it, and getting game from
Yeah.
So like if it ain't, reach out to that circle we were just talking about. That circle.
Well, you know what? What you just said right there, that's an interesting point, because when I was trying to get into the game, the one thing I didn't do was surround myself with a bunch of yes men. I wanted real, actual feedback of what my music sounded like, and being that I got into the game from the DJ side of it, I would actually play my music at the end of my parties that I was doing in college. I would play the records, and either you know if it's a bad record because they gonna leave. Exactly. When the lights come on, they gonna leave. So when I played my records, they don't know the record, so they're not gonna dance to it. Yeah. But they just standing there.
They stayed.
And then I would get some to come up to me and ask, "Who is that? You know, when did that come
That's
out?"
That's the best feeling in the world.
Well, no, you know,
when that's a real reaction.
Our relationship started with it. We wouldn't be friends if he was that sensitive. We wouldn't be friends today because he started me being from the South and him being from the North Pacific Northwest. Man, does that sound like something a down south artist would get on? No, nigga. No. Right.
I was terrible. I was terrible.
That's not something I would listen to.
I had no bounce to that ass.
You get there, but no. Like, so we would not be cool to this day.
Right. You gotta have somebody.
You gotta
Hey man, listen. The people that love you, the people that love you, the people that really care about you, they're gonna keep it 100 with you. They're gonna tell you when you fucking up.
The main thing is you have to keep them niggas around, even when you know you don't want to hear what them niggas talk about.
Right. Surround yourself with no men. The yes men. A lot of times, if you notice artists, artists are up top. You know they. On top of the world, and they had the people in their corner that would tell them what's what.
Right.
And as soon as they start trimming the fat, and letting some of those people go, and replacing those people, the train has already started moving.
Yep.
So those people that was with you from the beginning was at the beginning of the train. You had the engine, you had the cars in the middle, you had the caboose at the beginning of it. So artists sometimes they'll start getting in their head and thinking this was shit was all about me and not the team. Let a lot of these people go, and now that they replaced a lot of their no men, yes men came into the corner, and now and you wonder why a lot of artists' music kind of fell off. It fell off because you don't have the no men in your corner no more, and everything these guys keep in mind these guys came into a moving train.
Right. So everything you're doing now is dope.
It's a moving train. So everything you say, oh yeah, oh hell yeah, oh that's hard. No, it ain't.
That's what I say. You got. I've said this before in like different conversations, and they probably heard me say it before. It's like you got to have somebody. You got to have people on your team that's willing to be like, yo, bro, you fucking up, and they got to be willing to They got to be willing to not risk not being around. Like, dog, you my boy. If you gonna continue down this path.
I can't
gotta go. Holler at me when you straight out.
I have a personal experience.
Yeah.
Again with Mike that ties in with the no and the yes men thing or whatever. But the no men, it don't have nothing to do with music from the time it was said to me. I was at my boy's crib and we was playing 2K and shit all day and like trying to smoke some weed and shit. And Mike knew a nigga ain't had no money, so he kind of like. He was like, bro, where you at? I'm at the studio. I'm like, shit, I'm on my boy's crib. He was like, all right, just pull up to the studio. And then I was like, all right, I'm pulling to the studio. But in the back of my mind, I wasn't really going to go to the studio. You know what I'm saying? So a couple hours. But this is where I gained a lot of my respect for bro. You know what I'm saying? So a couple hours go by, he called me on my phone. He was like, all right, bro, you playing. I'm going to tell you why you playing, too. You and your nigga over there playing video games, trying to come up with $10 for a blunt, when you can come over here, make a beat, and possibly get you like a used car or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it was like, but it was the way he said it was more like raw than the way I just said it. Like it was more like it hit home way more than you know what I'm saying? It hit your soul. Like the way he said it was kind of like in your soul. You know what I'm saying?
It's worse than when your parents.
They're
like, I couldn't whip you. I'm just disappointed.
But it was kind of like
but
you know. And it meant so much because like Mike, back when me and Mike met, I was like a year, maybe almost 2 years into making beats with no like musical background. I wasn't good at the piano, wasn't good on the drums. And so you know what my beats were sounding like. Right. You know what I'm saying? But bro always was like, bro, you hard, bro. Right. You know what I'm saying? You hard.
Got it, nigga. Keep going.
You know what I'm saying?
Keep going.
And like, you know, now we like 10 years plus later. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. 10 years plus later, nigga got platinum records and
come on.
Up on the billboards and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like that's where all the respect came in, bro. Because even when I like wasn't on top of my game, I had bro right there to make sure I ain't miss a blessing. You know what I'm saying? Like to miss my own blessing. He cared about my blessing more than anything. You know what I'm saying? Like
I'm up.
And Mike was making beats. Mike was like, you know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
He was making his own beats. He ain't really need me.
Thank you, man.
Rockstar, lifestyle, got it. I don't make
Hey, get that golden ticket, boy.
That golden ticket.
Dab up the whole table for the love.
You got it.
I gotta touch all these great hands.
Somebody got to get
For real.
Nah, that's real. Shit like Hunger Games. He ain't coming back.
Hey, where the fat boy?
That was the last episode.
At least we got him on video.
But that's real. I mean, I like what you said. I like what you said there because.
Bro, don't go.
You said Majin Buu?
Majin Rowe.
He said
Majin Rowe.
He's shooting shots.
But that's some of the realest. That's one of the realest events in my life that I've ever been through. You know, I've always had like. Once I got that ball rolling and shit, and then I kind of like, you know, I knew it was real. It wasn't nothing that could stop me from wanting to be.
Yeah, you
what
felt
I am.
it, you saw.
You know what I'm saying? I
the vision
felt
was
it. Like I had Mom Dukes ask me numerous occasions. You know what I'm saying? What do you want to do with yourself? What do you want to do with your life? Man, I told her every single time I wanted to be a producer. It was not one time where I changed it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It wasn't one time she said that. I spoke it up.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
man,
okay, I get a plan B, but plan A is always gonna be producer. You don't like it, but that's just what it's gonna be.
Hey, look,
you know what I'm
plan
saying?
B kills dreams and babies.
Exactly.
Remember?
Plan B. Your only plan B should be Listen. Your only plan B should be to make plan A work. Exactly. That's if you're good or great at what you're already doing. Exactly. Understand the difference.
Man, look.
Yeah.
Understand doing something that you know you're put here to do and just trying something.
Yes.
But
yes.
you know that I know I was put here to do music. Like there's nothing. I'm good at music and sports. That's it.
There's a difference between passion and purpose.
Shut up. Plan B is only make plan A work.
And it has no passion for you.
I know that's right.
Here.
You see, I love music until one day it started to love me back.
Get away from me.
See, that's passion. That's passion.
Amen, bro.
Placement purpose.
Let's go.
Some people are passionate. You see,
All right, now.
You see, when you have sex and make love with a woman, that's passion. You feel me? But if it ain't your woman, that's no purpose. All these people are in the studio just fucking.
All right, now.
Get out. All right, now. Feeling on the keyboard. That's
Tickling the eye.
whispering sweet nothings into the mic. Please be whispering something. It's called Sanchez. You know what it is. Sprinkling all kind of truffles and all kind of extra dirty stuff on top of it. That's what it's about. So,
God damn! It took a corner. It took a corner, but I fucked with that. When the Parmesan hit the blood, listen. Come on, it's all.
But in real life, though.
No, literally.
Don't plan to fail, people. Don't plan to fail.
Do not plan to fail.
Get back up there are the ones who never.
once you commit to this shit, you walk like you falling down a goddamn hill. I'm not trying to be funny. Like there's no brakes on this bitch. Ain't no turning around. And I'll tell you another thing. When I was young and I noticed that I was better than the people around me in my neighborhood.
Yeah.
I saw enough glimpses. God gave me enough glimpses to keep going.
Okay.
Now at this point, I've seen too much to turn back.
Yeah.
I can't turn around now.
Yeah.
I'm sitting in the room with
Put a pin in that right there.
Just, you know what I mean?
One of the things that he said that y'all gotta learn is like when you start realizing you better than other people,
That's real.
that's your time to move on. You can't be the best person in your
be the
circle
best.
because you'll never get better.
You'll
Never get better. When you see that, and you gonna see it. You gonna know when you're better than everybody. It's gonna be that one moment. It's that one moment when people playing little league baseball or football when they know.
Yeah.
Like that's the one. Like no matter what you do,
Straight up.
bro, he gonna outrun everybody. He's bigger. He's trucking everybody. Like okay, it's time for him to start stepping up. It's time to go to the varsity. Like you have to know that. Like that.
Man, listen, I'm gonna tell y'all. Like, it's. I don't know how long we've been going. Hey, this is part 2. This probably, yeah. I love it because they watch it and they really appreciate that. And I appreciate everybody at this table because just letting your gifts speak to those who haven't got their gift yet, or maybe they have their gift that hasn't been opened yet. Man, you know, we're just trying to do good, plant those seeds, and watch niggas go live. It's a great feeling, man. So, any last words for producer do's and don'ts around the table?
As a
A plus.
songwriters.
Okay, we're gonna start over here. And songwriters. Don't let me forget the songwriters. Yes, sir.
Good. Touch on something Henny said earlier. Collaborations, man.
Yeah.
Collaborations. It's not a competition, bro. It's enough out here for everybody. I like creating dope shit with dope people.
There it is.
Yeah.
Because I'm perfectly capable of doing it on my own, as is anybody I'm working with. But it's all about collaborations, man. Putting great minds together and coming up with things that's going to be incredible. Sanchez on everything. All right? So don't be too prideful or too set in your ways to think that you can't collab with other people and achieve a certain level of greatness, because it's possible, man. It might unlock you, exactly. Man, but
if I'm dope,
they might unlock if that wasn't the bar.
If I'm dope, you're dope, you're dope, then what we gonna do?
Man, what?
Come on, man. We need to come together anyway. You know what I'm talking about.
For real shit.
Keys, last thoughts.
Man, let's just get this money, man.
He had no ending word. Let's get this paper.
This man has turned this whole conversation into
all right, bless. What you gonna sell?
So look, jumping on to the producer do's and don'ts.
Yeah.
Do's,
Hold up one time.
All right, so do's, stay positive. A positive mindset is a winning mindset. Even if you're in a bad situation, if you have a positive outlook, you can turn it around. Look at the good that's going on in every situation. Don't dwell on the bad. Also, meditation and headspace and prayer are crucial to ascending to the next level.
Come on.
One side.
I just want to roll it with a dab ranch.
I just want something that
was the dabber ranch. That's all. The rolling is cool.
Lord have mercy.
If you feel like your career is moving too slow and you want to accelerate it, you better run.
Touch on what he said. Real quick. One of the most important words you're ever gonna have to know in life is perspective. Perspective, it sounds like a simple thing, but it is everything, bro. It's how you choose to look at shit. You can take the negative out of some shit, or you can take the lesson out of it, man.
Perspective.
You choose to look at it. Perspective is, hey, man, change my life, all right? Change my life. Perspective.
Hey, change my life.
Oh my God.
Like I said, this is Henny'z Hangout, and you know it's the raw and the uncut every Friday. Thank you, Sanchez, BHESS, Blast, KEYZ, NEEDLZ, A+, Fat Boy, Bobby Critical. I'm going to be the last nigga sitting at the table. It's okay, but y'all know this is how we do it. We only do it for y'all.
Get Friday, y'all.
But there it is. If you stuck it out long enough, I know you got some gems, because I sure did myself when I was there. It is what it is when you bring great talent to the table and you ask them to share stories. It's just a blessing to be able to do this for myself and for y'all. And it's been a long enough hangout already, so thank you. I appreciate your support. If you like this video, go on, give me that thumbs up, subscribe, and all of that. You know we're doing this every Friday, man. Thank you again. Hit 'em up!